Let's head to First Alert Chief Meteorologist Paul Hagan for a closer look at the conditions that led to this deadly avalanche. It's always amazing to me how fast these avalanches can happen and just how powerful they are, Paul.
How quickly they start and then how fast they accelerate downhill. And there's a number of factors that play into a scenario like this and what made it likely and to occur. So let's start with kind of the overview of those factors of why this happened in the first place. Well, you need heavy snowfall on a steep slope. That's the most obvious ingredient, but you also need strong winds to help pile up even more snow, especially on the downwind side of any mountain range. You need layers of snow and ice. Darren's going to talk a little bit about that momentarily. And human activity. This is the first time that KT22 area was open, so numerous skiers trying to take advantage of those expert slopes, helping to disturb the overall environment. Just some of the factors that play into this. Now, it's the same storm system that's been bringing showers to the Bay Area. It continues to dump copious amounts of snow in the High Sierra. Let's zoom up in that direction and take a look at the snow that continues to fly right now just all along the Sierra. And they've already added up a decent amount. Those layers of snow and ice, we're talking about since Sunday, 2.5 feet of snow around Boreal, but over 1.5 feet of snow at Palisades Tahoe. And it's not just the fact that it is snow. It is the type of snow that it is. The temperatures up there have been running very close to freezing even as that snow has been falling, which means that snow is containing a lot of water. The closer the temperature is to freezing as the snow is falling, the denser, the heavier the snow is going to be. So it's not just snow falling, it is heavy snow and accumulating on the downwind side of the mountain because of those gusty winds, which have been substantial throughout the afternoon. Right now, a 40-mile-an-hour gust at South Lake Tahoe, up the west side of the lake, indicating similar speeds, 35 to 40-mile-an-hour gusts on a widespread basis, and some of the peaks above 8,000 feet have been indicating gusts over 90 miles an hour. So all of the weather factors, Darren, coming into play to produced such a tragic scenario, but just the terrain itself. This is one of those spots that we worry about for exactly this kind of threat.
This is probably one of the best known spots in the Sierra for skiers, KT22. And I want to show you the terrain, kind of paint the picture for this if you don't know it well. This is pretty intense when it comes to the vertical nature of this particular peak. First of all, set the stage. There we are. Let's come in for a close-up view at the Tahoe Basin. And when we do that, Palisades and Alpine Meadows sit way up on that far northwest corner of the lake. So let's go up there, and as we come in for a closer view, you're going to see the village. There's Olympic Village down there, and now you can see the bowl that this sits in. KT22 sits up here. Let's come in for a closer look at the mountain. And as we reorient ourselves, it's the verticality of this bowl. That peak sits up around 8,000 feet in elevation. Let's go up to the peak. The lift itself is one of the most scenic, like, in the country, just because of the way the terrain is here. But if we just change our perspective and look down into that bowl, hopefully this drives home the point now of just how vertical this is. That is the steep bowl where this happened. So that's one aspect of this. But as Paul was talking about, the condition of the snowpack is another. The researchers from the Sierra Avalanche Center went out about 4 days ago, and they do it all winter long. And just a couple of days ago, they shared a video of what the current condition of the snowpack was. Keep in mind, we had a pretty lousy start to winter. So for a long time, we had this surface just sitting there without snow falling on it. It was melting and then refreezing, melting and then refreezing. And then about a week ago, all the snow started dumping on it. That created a dangerous situation. And I'll just let the researcher from the Sierra Avalanche Center show you up close and personal what they saw 3 days ago.
What we're tracking right now is an upper faceted layer that you can see right here, and this is we're gonna see how reactive this becomes with a new load on it, and as we get more storms going into next week. So we're really watching what this one does. It's producing instabilities on snowpack tests right now.
That was that little layer in there, which is, there's a whole science to studying these things. They knew there was a risk, but you could never say there was an exact risk at KT22 or anywhere else. That's where the expertise of those who run the resort and those who choose to go up there come into play on days like this. So that's just a little more background on this for now. Liz, back to you.
All right, Darren, thank you so much.